Hi, it's Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, coming to answer your colour and style questions. I'll take the big one first. Let's see what this is. Judith has said, I've been following a discussion in 7 Steps to Style group about different types of feminine dressing, and I really identify with the ethereal kind, with its long lines, floaty, gossamer-like fabrics. For example, I feel most to me in a long, almost translucent chiffon skirt and sandals, or a maxi slip dress with drape. How would you suggest adapting this style to a business casual work setting, thinking ahead for post-COVID casual times? I haven't seen people wearing maxi dresses or long floaty skirts to work. I do see a kind of dramatic feminine style with dresses in stiffer fabrics, large belts and jewellery, and wrap tops in dark colours that seem too heavy for ethereal. Is the workplace more suited to the classic and dramatic types of feminine as opposed to the ethereal? What elements of ethereal might be possible to use? So when we're thinking about ethereal, we're thinking about that there's a real lightness. That is the kind of defining feature. So lightweight fabrics that drape, lighter colours as well. And so the thing is, in the workplace, to be professional, to be seen as stronger, we have to think about the yin and yang concepts. So if you are thinking about yin and yang, so yang is, vertical, straight lines, solid fabrics, opaque fabrics, stiffer fabrics, smooth fabrics, straighter patterns, all those sorts of things, and darker colours. Versus yin, which is this more lightweight, is this ethereal. It's curves, it's soft, it's sheer, it's floaty, it's all those sorts of things. But yin says it's very approachable, but it's not going to give you that professionalism you need in the workplace. And this is where you really have to balance your personal style, which is very yin, with what is required in the workplace, which is a bit more yang, if you want to be taken seriously. And it depends on the job, of course, and the industry that you are in, about what is acceptable and appropriate. So I would think about, well, how do I add elements of that ethereal style to my, what is appropriate for my workplace? So it could be like thinking about lightweight, light-coloured chiffon blouses in those kind of curly, curvy paisley or something sort of patterns or floral patterns. That is a piece you could wear, but you might need to wear it with, a skirt or trousers that are a little bit more yang. They don't have to be really yang, but maybe that little bit more yang. But instead of wearing maybe really like black pants, maybe you wear camel pants or something like that, something depending of course on your colouring, but something that has a lighter colour. So we're bringing a bit of that yin in, but we're still bringing some structure of that yang in. So really I would be looking at, maxi skirts are something that is considered to be a much more casual sort of kind of outfit or dress, but it could be thinking about, well, could I do a knee length or a midi length skirt rather than a long skirt, and then have, in that sort of more floaty style, but then have the top being a little bit more yang, a little bit more structured. So it's thinking about getting that balance right for you. So there's no 100% right way, but it's thinking about what are those elements of design that you like? What are then work appropriate? What fits in that environment? What's not going to take away your personal power in the workplace as well? As much as you might love wearing that, it may be that if you do wear too much of it, it just takes away your power and, hard to get a promotion and all those sorts of things. So it depends on what you are doing, and it depends on your type of workplace, of course, too, what industry you're in. All those sorts of things really kind of impact on dress codes. But when we're thinking about dress codes, we really are thinking about that yin and yang. So if you go to that, and I've got a blog post about yin and yang and what are the elements of design of yin and yang, you can go and check that out. And then thinking about how do you use those different elements of design to communicate in your outfit, A, about your personality, but B, in a way that also works in your workplace. So there's no reason why you can't bring some of that ethereal feminine in. And this is where I'm thinking that blouses is probably the easiest to do, and even a little bit of jewelry, so more lighter weight, those sorts of things. But you'll need to bring it back with something that maybe feel a little bit more classic, a little bit more more conservative, more traditional workwear. And the reason why that traditional workwear is of course that it is expressing that more structured, more professional, more masculine, because of course kind of workwear comes from the masculine dressing style, and it is much more naturally yang. So that's just something to think about with, you know, with your kind of, you know, how do you bring your personality? And it is, look, it's the same sort of question for many people, that how do you mix your personality in with what is appropriate for work? And it's getting that balance to work for you. So rather than, you know, really straight skirt, it could be a skirt with a bit of flair or something in it that gives it that little bit of femininity rather than being just straight and classic. I always think that if you go too far in the other direction, you can also feel very uncomfortable. So it's getting that balance right.